Hey all, we're back again on the grind to 100k. Logging in just to see, again, just checking out, see what's been happening in terms of market orders. I didn't get a chance. I was hoping to get on yesterday and do a second round of orders in the afternoon, evening. I'm doing these in the morning when I've got a chance. But hopefully, well, some coins have come back, which is always nice. So stuff is sold, which is certainly not a bad thing. So what we're at, looks like we're just shy of 1105. So we picked up a load of stuff. Better get selling. Picked up a ton of air modes. And the soul modes. And these creatures. Hey, that's not bad. Right. That's actually a decent amount of stock. Even picked up some pristine onyx. In fact, I'm going to just do this. Because this stuff I'm not actually doing as part of this. And so it's just confusing things. That isn't. Let's move all of that. Let's move those. Let's move that. So let's just start off with doing those things. Put all that in Brightwood, hopefully. Yeah. All the fishing stuff can go there. Am I putting... I haven't really organised myself. Yeah, let's put all that stuff across there. Might as well throw that across. I'll get around to sorting it all out at some point. This is just stuff I've gathered, so I'm not doing it as part of this. Although if you did, I mean, you could see, I mean, this is the stuff I've gathered. I mean, this will sell for decent. It's not a huge amount of gold, but you know, as you play, you can gather, sell, and build up enough. I mean, I started this with 750 gold. You'll see on the first video. Now look, I've got 11,500 there. I've got all these things to sell, and to put an order in for any of this. No, in fact, I'm going to move all that stuff out as well. I think that's something there worth a lot of money, isn't it? And it's not the one that's worth loads. Anyway, so let's get this shunted across. I'm sure Brightwood can take it. That's fine. And that gives me. I've also got more of this to sell. So I better start selling off some of the wood I've been buying. I hate having to sort of clear the inventory just so I can. Oh, I'm not even fit in there. Please point. This inventory management is just turning into a nightmare sometimes. Just drop that off a little bit. Fine. Not squeeze in. Yeah. Let's get that one out. Put that in weavers. Let's put that in weavers. He wouldn't even let me put half a stack in my inventory. That's what most trading is, just storing. It's just figuring out your storage. What's in First Light? First Light's got space as well. Teach me not to buy too much of this stuff. Question is, I need about. Right, let's go get rid of that aged wood. We'll work our way through the list of things. Just so you can see the orders. There's a little bit active still. This stuff's not selling. It's funny actually, the food hasn't sold as well. But there we go. Oh, that's sold. That's really good. I bought for 100. You'll see that in the previous video. I talked about this sort of prospective investment where you just sort of scalping the market. I might, since that sold, I'm actually tempted to go do a bit more of it. Life Wisp sold. You saw I did a tiny profit on those. So there's some good things. In fact, you know, decent chunk of stuff has sold. But so that's the active buy orders. Stuff still coming in. So you see, I don't think didn't get anything. But we'll see. I mean, some of these are older and they're now starting to pick it up. I mean, the market's fluctuated into it. That's why, which is fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's sell what we got. Get rid of this aged wood for starters. I could have to ask myself what I paid for it. I mean, it's fractional what I've made on the aged wood, but you know, even 1% profit's a profit. So, what was that today? Emotes. 1 point. Sell all of them. Air Wisps. Three. See, I still think this is going to go up in price because you see it's already going up. It was half that a couple of days ago when the event was still on. Earth mode's still looking a bit low. That's just cheap, so I'm picking it up. If you've got cash and you see that sort of opportunity, just take it. I mean, it might only be a little bit once, but once it all builds up. 486. I mean, yeah, right. There's 12. I'm not bothering with that. Fire Wisps. This is mostly because I'm also sitting on a bunch of inventory, which I'm not going to hold on for too much longer. I'd rather have the cash. to go and spend on other things. Not sure that's... yeah, we'll sell them. Again, someone's just put it in lower than, I don't know. I'm going to sit on the sell modes for a moment. I think they're going to go up in price and might be at the weekend. Sumptuous Rabbit has definitely come up in price. Still not as high as I'd want it. We're going to wait for a bit on that one. So that's, you know, a bunch of stuff we've managed to get out. Let's see if we can go pick up the last things to store away. Put it in 0.26. I think I had some weird wood as well, didn't I? Yeah, I'll put these are the ones on tomorrow or as and when. Sometimes none of this is like a huge profit, but you've got to think about it. If you're making 1% a day, you're actually adding on a lot. I mean, in real life, if you could add 1% a day, you'd have amazing returns. And you'll see they'll compound up, but they've already compounded up. So in terms of buying, I'm going to do that. So we've sold one thing, which I bought for 100, sold it to 2,000, which is pretty awesome. So let's see if we can do that again. I'll show you what we did. Simply sorted by time. So I'm looking at things that have only just been listed. And apparel. I don't really like doing it for weapons. And then I'm looking for anything above 590, and preferably purple or well, probably preferably legendary really, and unlikely to be things that people have crafted because they generally know the value of their items. Focus now. Thinking my character does need a new bag. I'll sort that out another time. See, like these things, they might be worth it. I'm not sure. Is the simple answer. I'm looking to pick up a deal. So, medium DEX. See, I think that's worth more than 1,000. So I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to sell them. I'm going to sell that for 2,000. Because it's upgradable. It's DEX. It's resilient. It's the perk for DEX, which is a spear build. It's medium. It's all the things I think people would want. So we'll stick it out there. That's, hopefully 1,000 profit we can make. Carry on. The annoying thing is when you go off, it resets. It keeps the filter. It goes back to basically the beginning. Now I've been looking at the 14-day listings. What I really would want to do is look at the 7-day listings. But the problem is, again, I mean, I could go through armor type. There's just so much more functionality they could add to this market that would make it, I think, just really good for everyone. You could filter, if you had a better filter selection. So you filter on way more options, not just perks or gems, but actually filter not just on what I can afford or what I can equip, but filter according to like the days, the rarity, maybe even filter according to, gear. I mean, you can filter this way in the gear score, but just exclude. I mean, you might say, I want to see items at 590 and above. So like in 11 days, I don't really want to be looking for stuff. I want to look for the stuff that's just been listed. So I'm going to go for the 7-day mark. So it's going to be the most recent 7 days. Because when you list things, you list things for 14 days. I rarely list for 14. I more often list for 7. So I'm just going to check out the 7 days. Yeah, you get caught with some items that might have been on 5 days already and get in trouble. But you're also knowing, it's also about knowing what perks we're looking for. What items we're looking for. I'm just looking to pick up those deals. So I picked up one. I'd like to pick up another couple and see how we do. I mean, I'm really pleased with the last one. I'm sure all of you signed on to watch a video where it's just me endlessly clicking on the market to get to 7 days. I mean, it's halfway through. Come on, we're at 8 days. We'll find it. Yep. Took my eye off the ball. 7 days. So here's your stuff just listed. Again, focus on gear score, strength con, healing team no. Ideally I'd want 2 perks that are useful. Intelligence, dex, heavy. I don't think that's you. I really want stuff that's desirable, like that, pure dex with perks that work with pure dex. Intelligence, leeching path, destiny, no good to me, or to anyone really. Intelligence, dex, sundering riposte. Well, yeah, someone might use it with a rapier, but then they're unlikely to be running heavy. Constitution, revitalizing beacon, corrupted ward. That's a decent pair of boots. But whether someone's going to pay more than 2,000, I don't know. Focus con. I see now. I think that's a good piece. Intelligence, Constitution, Elemental version, and Iced Refresh. So the Iced Refresh, not the best one. 150, I think, is cheap. So I'll take that. What are these forgotten pants? Focus con. I looked at those, didn't I? These are probably closer to being priced about right, because these are all made and someone knows what they're worth. Intelligence Dex. So again, intelligence, constitution, corrupted wards. Better for someone who's doing PvE. So tempting, but I'm not going to really focus on that. I don't really want to get into jewellery because it gets a bit more complicated. And I always think there's a bit less demand for jewellery because it is expensive, and people really know what they want on their builds and often don't change it too much. Whereas gear, people are a bit more willing to change. Partly, I suspect, because it's not as expensive. Can't even find the 590 plus gear score stuff. Lumberjack pants for 1500. Huh. No good. Yeah, see, wrong perks. And my goggles going for that much. Con intelligence, refreshing, resilient, shame about the fortifying. I'm not sure that's really worth. Well, maybe it is to someone worth 20,000. Dex strength, yeah, it's not. Not having. It's not bad. I found one thing I like the look of. So this is something else you could do. It's not bad. Anyway, so obviously, if you're doing it quicker, then you don't need to do any of that at all. Where did we pick that? Yep. Stick that on. Right, done. Let's go just check anything else. So let's do refined resources this time. So picked up a load of wood. Leather's always interesting. There's not much coarse leather on the market there, is there? I don't think I'm going to spend that much on it. Found I don't really get my buy orders or my sell orders fulfilled that quickly on those sorts of things. Infused leather always does pretty well. Let's take 150. I'm even going to branch out and look at the runic leather. See, I always think it's a bit tight. Let's just take 10. See if we get fulfilled. 127. 28. Cloth linen seem to do alright if I can pick it up at a decent price. That's two. Gonna get kicked. It's alright. Not gonna be on for much longer. That's not worth it. Good look at the expensive stuff. See, I don't think, you know, for me, that's not particularly, that's worth it. That's going to be the end of my trading for today. So there we go, it continues. Let's see if I can just move so you can see me. We're up to 40 orders. We've got stuff to see. Let's see if it sells. Let's see how some of this stuff does. Luckily some of it is selling. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching.